Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to Pamban 2.0, where history meets high tech. I'm your host, Deepika Upadhyay, and today we are bridging into one of India's most iconic feats of infrastructure, the legendary Pamban Bridge. From the myths of Ramayana to the iron tracks of colonial ambition, and Pamban stretch has long connected not just lands but legacies. And now, with the construction of the new Pamban Bridge, we stand at the fascinating crossroads of heritage and high tech. With us, we have Dr. Naresh Bana, a globally respected expert in public private partnership, and we explore the story of the iconic Pamban Bridge. Dr. Bana brings a unique perspective, blending historical context and modern infrastructure strategy. Welcome, Dr. Bana.
Thank you, Deepika ji.
Sir, can you take us back to the earliest known references or historical mentions of the Pamban Bridge or its region's connectivity?
Deepika ji, the island of Pamban was always connected, even historic and prehistoric times. And the most visible evidence is the temples which are there on the island of Pamban and Rameshwaram. But in the modern history or the British time, the first reference comes to us from 1870s when the British administration proposed a sea link between mainland India and Pamban Island to enhance trade with then Ceylon, now Sri Lanka. And the construction officially began in 1911 August. And the bridge was inaugurated on 24th February 1914, and thus becoming India's first sea bridge and the longest of its kind until 2010. The significance of this bridge lies in both engineering and cultural realms. It is the first cantilever iron railway link over the open sea with a unique double-leaf Scherzer bascule span. It enabled uninterrupted rail traffic while allowing shipping to pass beneath. For nearly 75 years, it was the sole surface transport between Rameshwaram and mainland India until the road connectivity came in 1988. This bridge stands as a testimony to early 20th century British Indian engineering and remains emblematic of the region's resilience and strategic connectivity.
Thank you, sir. That beautifully brings to light how Pamban isn't just a bridge, it's a timeless link between mythology, history, and human endeavor. Sir, can you give us a glimpse into how the British colonial administration established a connection to Ceylon through the Pamban Bridge around 1911 and what key trade routes or commodities drove that effort?
As you know, Ceylon was part of the British Empire, and in 1911, the British government completed the Pamban planning and the construction started. This was part of a broader strategy to establish a continuous rail ferry between India and British Ceylon, now Sri Lanka. From Rameshwaram, a train would reach Dhanushkoti, that is the end of the land there, where a ferry transported passengers and cargo across Park Strait to Talaimanar in Sri Lanka. From there, the journey continued by rail to Colombo. This route significantly boosted Anglo-Ceylon trade and administrative connectivity. For your information, this rail track in Sri Lanka has been recently renovated by Indian government support. The main item of trade those days between India and Sri Lanka through this link was tea, which Ceylon exported in large quantities to India and beyond. Other key exports included the graphite and coconut products, while India supplied rice, textiles, and labor. The Pamban link thus became a vital artery for the colonial economy, facilitating movement of goods, officials, and indentured laborers across the narrow strait. It symbolized the British Empire's infrastructural might and its integration of regional economies under imperial control.
Well, how remarkable. A single stretch of rail and bridge became a lifeline of colonial trade, diplomacy, and ambition across the seas to Ceylon. Dr. Bana, what made the British build Pamban Bridge so unique for its time? Back in 1911, when there were any other railway bridges or similar scale or complexities elsewhere in the world? If so, which countries had them?
Very interesting. You see, the Pamban Bridge, completed in 1914, was a remarkable feat of then British engineering. It had a span of 2.3 kilometers. It was India's first sea bridge and the longest until the Bandra Worli sea link opened in 2010. Its most iconic feature was the Scherzer rolling lift span, as I mentioned earlier. This was a German design mechanism that could be raised to allow ships to pass beneath, an advanced concept for its time. This was built under harsh marine conditions. This bridge showcased resilience and used corrosion resistant steel and stone masonry to withstand cyclones and high salinity. In 1914, there were very few railway bridges of this kind uh, all over the world, especially over the sea. And some of the such bridges which come to my mind are Forth Bridge in Scotland, which was built in 1890, a massive cantilever railway bridge over the Firth of Forth, showcasing industrial might. Then we had Brooklyn Bridge of USA, built in 1883. It's primarily a road bridge but allowed trolley lines. And then we also had Zeeland Railway Bridge in Netherlands, which connected Dutch islands, though not as exposed as Pamban. So Pamban was unique for its marine setting, movable span, and tropical cyclone resistance, making it not just a transport link, but an engineering marvel of the colonial era, famed globally then.
Truly ahead of its time, Pamban stood not just as an engineering marvel, but as one of the rarest railway sea bridges of its era. Sir, what is the significance of the new Pamban Bridge? And in what ways does it carry forward or perhaps even redefine the legacy of the original 1911 British era structure?
The new Pamban Bridge is a landmark infrastructure. It not only replaces the century old original structure, but also symbolizes India's engineering prowess and coastal connectivity vision. The original Pamban Bridge, completed in 1914 by the British, was India's first sea bridge and marvel of its time, but it was manually operated. It served as a vital link between mainland India and Rameshwaram, facilitating trade, pilgrimage, and strategic movement. Now, the new bridge, featuring a state of the art vertical lift, allows ships to pass underneath without manual effort, improving maritime railway efficiency. It is India's first vertical lift railway bridge and is built with modern materials, resistant to corrosion and high wind loads. It's suitable for the cyclone prone Park Strait. It spans 2.07 km. It is designed to handle higher axle loads and train speeds. enhancing both safety and capacity. This new structure preserves the legacy of original bridge by continuing its role as a vital lifeline to Rameshwaram and beyond, while incorporating advanced features to meet present and future demands. It stands as a tribute to original vision of connectivity while showcasing India's capability in building resilient, smart, and intelligent infrastructure.
It's inspiring to see how the new Pamban Bridge not only honors a century old legacy, but also signals India's stride into a bold, modern engineering feature. Sir, why was it deemed necessary to construct an entirely new Pamban Bridge rather than restoring the original one? And how does the new structure tackle challenges like marine corrosion and cyclonic weather? And in what ways does it enhance connectivity, trade, and tourism between mainland India and Rameshwaram today?
That's a quite a long question, Deepika ji. I'll try. Now, you see, this old Pamban Bridge was 111-year old and its condition was deteriorating. And yes, we have modern technology and capabilities which are there in the railways today in India. So it's actually the manually operated lift and limited capacity, axle load capacity, and other limitations demanded a new bridge to be constructed. The new bridge directly addresses these issues with advanced materials in construction, such as corrosion resistant steel and concrete designed for marine conditions. And it is the first bridge to have vertical lift span, allowing the central portion to rise vertically to let ships pass underneath. And that is fully automated and far more efficient than the old rolling lift design. Its structure is built to withstand high wind speeds and cyclonic conditions, a critical feature in the vulnerable Park Strait region. Now, functionally, the bridge improves connectivity between mainland India and Rameshwaram. It supports higher axle loads and better speeds. It opens up potential for increased freight transport and smoother passenger services, which is critical for pilgrimage tourism to Rameshwaram, which is a key religious site in India and supports local economies. Strategically, it enhances India's coastal and maritime infrastructure and thus represents not only just an engineering upgrade, but a forward looking investment in connectivity, resilience, and regional development.
Of course, a seamless blend of necessity and vision, the new Pamban Bridge stands as a resilient answer to nature's challenges and a powerful enabler of modern connectivity, commerce, and cultural exchange. Sir, could you walk us through the construction timeline of the new Pamban Bridge and some of the key challenges faced, whether logistical, environmental, or technical? And how has the local community been impacted both during and after the construction in terms of livelihood, daily life, and cultural ties?
Okay, so the construction of this new Pamban Bridge started in 2019, just before the onset of COVID. And yes, due to COVID, there were disruptions. Then there were harsh marine conditions and monsoon challenges. Still, we have been able to do it in 6 years. And you see, the challenges were construction in the open sea, which had its own logistical difficulties, requiring transportation of heavy materials, maintaining equipment in corrosive saltwater environments. And one of the biggest technical feat today we can see is installing the vertical lift span, which required precision engineering and synchronization of hydraulic systems in a highly dynamic setting. And while all this was being done, the environmental concerns were also addressed, and which included safeguarding marine biodiversity complying with coastal regulatory norms, which are quite elaborate in India, and minimizing disruption to fishing activities and fragile ecosystems. This project also had to balance speed with sustainability, ensuring that infrastructure did not come at the cost of environmental degradation. For the local community, the construction period was a mixed experience. There were certain restrictions, sometimes on fishing, sometimes on movement, but the project has generated a lot of local employment and boosted ancillary services like transport and tourism. After the construction, the bridge is expected to revitalize regional commerce and pilgrimage tourism. The restored rail link improves accessibility to Rameshwaram and Dhanushkoti, reaffirming our cultural and religious ties. Additionally, the better connectivity can drive investment in hospitality, retail, and fisheries. It is a symbol of engineering resilience and inclusive regional development for us.
It's clear that the journey of building the new Pamban Bridge wasn't just overcoming engineering hurdles, it was also about balancing progress with the pulse of deeply rooted local community. Sir, what key safety and sustainability features have been integrated into new Pamban Bridge to ensure its long-term operational efficiency? And more broadly, what message does this bridge send about India's infrastructure ambitions in the 21st century, particularly in coastal and island regions?
Uh, you see, the new Pamban Bridge incorporates several cutting edge safety and sustainability features. That is to ensure long term efficiency and resilience. Chief among these is the vertical lift span, which enables seamless maritime and rail traffic, reducing delays and risk of collision. The bridge is constructed using corrosion resistant steel, as I mentioned earlier, and marine grade concrete. This is all designed to withstand high humidity, salinity, and cyclonic winds, which are quite common in Park Straits and the hostile marine environment present there. The modern sensor based monitoring system are integrated to detect structural stress, vibrations, and early signs of wear. That enables this bridge controllers and authorities to have predictive maintenance and enhanced safety. Sustainability is also central to the entire project. It has reduced reliance on manual operations, energy efficient lift mechanisms have been installed, and minimal ecological disturbance has been caused due to construction, and it reflects a shift towards environmentally responsible infrastructure. When you talk of symbolically, the new Pamban Bridge marks a paradigm shift in India's infrastructure vision. It demonstrates a move from patchwork repairs to future ready, smart engineering solutions tailored to challenging geographies like coastal and island environments. It reinforces India's commitment to multi-modal connectivity, supporting tourism, trade, and national integration. This bridge stands as a model for resilient infrastructure that honors the past while embracing innovation, signaling India's growing capacity and ambition in building infrastructure that is both technically advanced and socially inclusive. In this century, it is nothing but a marvel of our coastal railway engineering.
Absolutely right, sir. The new Pamban Bridge stands as a testament to India's commitment to building resilient, future ready infrastructure where safety meets sustainability and ambition meets responsibility. What an enriching journey it's been from the echoes of 1911 to the thunder of modern engineering. As we have learned today, the Pamban Bridge is far more than a rail link, it's a symbol of endurance, evolution, and connection. A heartfelt thank you to Dr. Bana for sharing your expertise and vision. Your insights remind us that bridges like Pamban aren't just built on blueprints, but on belief, in progress, in people, and in possibilities. Until next time, keep crossing boundaries, real and imagined. And thank you for turning into bridges beyond steel. Namaste.
Namaste.